to say something about this specifically in the title. This is a nasty slavery to be in. We need to get freed from this slavery. There is no greater proof than when I see something said on why someone might do something, and then there is no answer. They pretend it never exists. It's beyond proof. It's like 100,000% proof. They did do that evil intention, and now they have to pretend it doesn't exist. That's how they think they got away from the problem. And then it goes away from them. They forget what they just did, but they'll remember the person as evil. They'll remember that much. But now they got to play this game. Oh, he knows. He spotted me. Wicked. So now even if it's family, they have to pretend to love you and pretend to maintain. They're desperately wicked by desperately needing to give you things. Watch out for this. When someone's desperately wicked and void, they have to give you, offer you things. Don't allow it. Well, I'm not saying don't allow any specific thing. Seek the Father on whether they're trying to put you in debt. Owe no man anything. They want you to owe them. And this does a few things when people do this kind of evil, which is evil works from the heart. That is what sin is. That is sin. That is wickedness in high places in the heart. Spiritual wickedness. Offering things up to make self look good because it's void and light is exposing it. So it needs to desperately be wicked by desperately needing to look good. It's doing this with an evil intention. Doing that is evil because it's trying to think of how to look good, to maintain the image of being good and looking good, because light is exposing it. That's because it's desperately wicked. Desperately wicked. I mean severely wicked. It's shaking and trembling wicked. Talking about the heart. This is real. And everyone, apart from the Father, they do this. They're already doing this. It's all they ever knew how to do. It's all anyone ever knew how to do. Everyone. So then it's just a game. That's what children do, play games. Carnal are like children. They haven't grown up and matured. They're a little child compared to spiritual, anyone. To mature in Messiah, like the apostle was speaking of. What are you people, children? Are you yet carnal? There was some severe disappointment. That's the disappointment we have to see so often because it further humbles, further goes, wow, his power is beyond touching. We don't get our way. It's not about getting our way. The more someone wants their way, the more the Father proves through a delusion that they're not getting it, but they think they are because of the things that they got physically or their job or whatever. It's such a severe delusion. While doing evil works continually from the heart and selfish from the heart. That's what a lion is. It's prideful and selfish. It doesn't change. Can a leopard change its spots? Can something stripes? Can a zebra, doesn't matter what example it is. A lion is a lion. It seeks, crouches down, it stares intently on prey. It knows its food. It knows its life. And it's full of wrath when it devours it. And it's quite happy and calm while it's eating the dead thing. That's the wicked. Everyone apart from the Father is that perfectly. They always have been. They always will be apart from him. Time to expose this evil that this world is. Not hide and run from it. This is what mankind is. A beast, like the scriptures say over and over again. Whether literally, plainly, or through the stories and through the parables of the real stories, constantly teaching that man is a beast. He's no different. Can that which is evil do good? No, it can't. Why we need to rest from our works. Every intention is crooked and selfish and prideful from the heart, which means even if it looks good, it did evil. It doesn't know what actual good is. It's never done it yet, apart from the Father and the Son. There is no good works apart from the Father. Where's the scripture? There is no good works apart from the Creator giving us good works prepared beforehand, predestined, predetermined. All people in their places, predetermined their appointed times and their lengths, pre-appointed, predetermined. Just like we read plainly, a 5-year-old could read. What are they going to do? Desperately look for scripture to contradict the real meaning of this. Desperately try to contradict that. So let them do it. They're running from the Creator. They won't run for long. They'll be caught, trapped, and destroyed like we read in Jude. Just like Jonah was caught, trapped, and destroyed. The wicked need to go. They need to be burned up in everlasting fire. The wicked heart doing evil works. This is good, though, that it dies and needs to die. Because it's evil. This is offensive and murderous to the carnal, because that's who they are. Creator and his truth, and Messiah and his people, the truth. Anything that's true is attacking. His word is attacking. It's murder to them. But they do murder. They need to be destroyed because it's evil continually. When someone's eyes are open, they'll see that this has been the truth all along in Scripture, from front to back, from beginning to end, constantly teaching this, that man needs to die to who and what he is. He's so evil. Adam sins. It's the only thing he can do. So dying, he needs to die, and he dies. There was no way, though, to die without literally dying. No. There was no way for eternal life, eating from the tree of life until Messiah died and was resurrected, for all mankind to be proved in due time in the ages to come. So there's a few things that instantly go on when someone tries to sell good for you, wants you so desperately wants to do you good. It doesn't want to do that if they don't know the Father. No, it can't do that. I'm telling the truth. It never did. It never can. This is why they want to do good so badly to you. They want to see their name and what they buy and what they build in your place, your thing. They want to see their face when they look, so that they can step on you, because that's what the prideful God is always doing, is rising himself up above others and comparing, and extraordinarily jealous and envious with carnal things, let alone spiritual, that it can't see at all. So this is why someone wants to make themselves look good, because it's desperately wicked in the presence of the Lamb and light that's exposing it just from standing there. It's desperate. Please, please accept these gifts, accept this stuff. It goes crazy. Doesn't know what it's doing. So it's just doing whatever Satan tells them to do, with a carnal man heart, deceitful above all things, is being told to do. It does it. So it wants to give you a gift, bribes, anything, it wants you to have their things in there so that they see themselves. And it makes them look really good because they desperately want to give you things and buy you things. This is all mankind, whatever it is, or do favors with these crooked intentions. Makes them look good, rises you above. They do more works, they prove it in their own mind, than you. So therefore, they're proving you're evil while they're good, while doing this, because you don't do what they do, desperately wanting to get in. Nosy, trying to control someone and give them things to make self look good. Besides, people don't need to do that, and that's a sin anyways for them. It's wicked. This is completely different than genuinely helping, which has nothing to do with the carnal man. He never helps genuinely. Doesn't know what it is. When he sees it, he murders it. 10,000 times I've seen it. It's all I ever see. Talking about all I ever see and know right now. It's all that's going on constantly. To rise above self, to see their own things in someone else, to make themselves look better than the other person by doing these good works, and to run and hide, because making self look good is, they think they can hide from the Creator. It proves they're good and you're not good, because they'll prove in their mind that they give. They have to search online and buy something for you, do something for you, offer things for you, maybe cut your grapes without And you notice, barge into the backyard and cut them down. So that what? What? So that it can say sorry, and then it will offer, as it has, to plant new things, its own things in there. That's how much it wants to help, so that it does good works for you, to make self look good for how wicked it is, and to see self when they look in the yard. For any other example, it don't matter. The sin is what's wicked, not the plants or anything. So that it can offer in and barge in. And, you know, it's a little strange when you say, no, I'm good, for any of the people trying to do this to you. They get desperate. They start shaking. No, no, let me. I really want to. No, they don't. They want to because they want to see themselves in there. They want to control you and put you in debt, look better than you, trash you, make you look like crap, like evil, because they're evil. They're not desperate to help. It's a devil. It smiles when it does wickedness. It's never done good in its life. So this is what, you know, I gotten angry at times before. I started throwing stuff away, burning it, crashing it down, because I know why people have done this. Trying to put debt on you, trying to prove they're good. That doesn't count for righteous when it's, that was an evil work, I'm throwing it away. I don't care. Garbage. They want to give you fish and stuff too. They love their pagan symbols too. They're attached to material things. Never thought in my life that I would see people are actually attached to it while they go, I don't worship it. It's fine, I don't do that. They try to put in paganism and slip it in. Constantly wicked with the intention of the heart, never doing good in its life. They'll buy anything. The creator makes them stupid. Survive kit. You know, you could put yourself in this material, like I've seen. Some nasty synthetic. It says, oh, you could go into freezing. You know, you could save yourself in the freezing protection. Just this thin little thing. I'm like, wait, you're saying this keeps someone warm more than like clothes, thick blankets, and being in a tent? That works better outside with this thin little, yeah, because the website says so. I'm blind, you know, unbelievable. Constantly giving gifts, trying to always. Maybe someone else's time to start saying no, because you start seeing what they're trying to do. We don't need to prove we're good. That is what evil is. Constantly need to prove we're good. So they're not going to see Messiah's people doing what they do. That's how they prove they're better than them. By literally offering and trying to give more gifts, buying things, you know, that's how they prove they're good. Literally. That's their understanding. Literally. All people apart from the Father. That is their understanding. Sees nothing yet. Has to be given by the Father. Otherwise it sees nothing. You know, Messiah is not a liar. They have eyes but cannot see. 100% literally fully blind. Utterly. It sees as much as a dead man sees. That's blindfolded. And hears as much as a dead man that has their ears cut off and plugged. He's not a liar. So they're doing all these things with a wicked intention in the heart. That thing all of a sudden becomes trash. That outer thing, the product, the thing itself. It doesn't matter about the thing, but the secret thing inside. All of a sudden, that outer thing makes me angry because it's fake. It's evil. It's trying to do evil on you constantly. It's trying to buy your love. It's trying to do all kinds of things, a carnal man. That's why families are broken, because there is no love. They have to pretend. That's why it's all awkward so many times with families and members and everything else. It's punishment. It's a destruction. They're not capable of loving their son. And grandpa's not capable of loving his little kids. They just have to pretend constantly and buy it things. They think they can buy their love, you know, buy someone's love. But from one dark man to another, this won't be seen, you know. But I'm especially talking when light is actually near anyone that's carnal. I mean, this is when it really reveals who someone is, because this is when they actually hate good. Truth coming their way. But as long as there's darkness all around, his truth is always being proven through this also, but it's really proven. when light's around and it does evil to actual good. Because it's not quite the proof when a devil hurts another devil. That's darkness hurting itself. It's not proving quickly yet that it hates good, because there is no good in the other devil, but it's still doing evil. That's all true. But when light comes by and it murders it and attacks it and viciously stares at it intently like a lion to destroy it, that is all the proof that anyone needs. One time when this is done is enough. So they are doing that over and over again and have been doing that. One time with evil works is enough to see that they hate actual good and truth. See, when love is given to someone, when genuine help is given to someone and it's despised, that was actual good, the Father's good, and they murdered it. How much worse is it for those that are in darkness, and they murder that? It just murdered what was actual light and good. It hates it. Therefore, these gifts, this buy and sell money system, business, product producing machine of the world, that's what it is. For a long time, I haven't liked gifts. It was something inside of me already started putting in. Start seeing this clearer and clearer as the time goes by, and seeing it even clearer now in the last few months, last year, too, just deeper and deeper seeing it. But I never liked it for a long time. It's all fake. It's all attachment to the gifts. It's all about self. To reject gift is to reject the person giving it. It's all selfish. It doesn't care. It's about worshiping and praising them. When someone gives a gift and someone goes, "Thank you, you're great," that's what they want. They want to be worshiped. They need to be needed because they're insecure children. And they're begging people to worship them in their heart. Desperately wicked and insecure. That's why they give gifts. If it were to be exposed even remotely in the middle of the gift giving, watch the roaring lion come out. Watch it try to hold back its wrath and fury. It won't even be able to hold it back. You want to see the devil? Anybody out there in this world? Here we are. This is the devil. The devil is manifested in the flesh from every single person that doesn't know the Father. That is the devil and who he is. Divided from the other one because that's what confusion is. Darkness is confused, divided, hating each other, pretending to love constantly, false intentions constantly. That's what the devil looks like. Here it is. And Messiah is the Father in his image, spiritual image, who he is, his heart, manifested in the man, in the flesh manifested, because the Spirit of the Father in Messiah working. That is to see the Father, to see Messiah. That is the Father through the man manifested in the flesh, and every single person after Messiah must be manifesting the Father's image in the flesh and his word in the flesh also. No surprise here that the whole church world hates this. No surprise that they'll say, "Are you saying you're God, you're Messiah?" They'll put this false thing on you because they hate Messiah. There are devils everywhere. Rejoice if there were 5,000 people on the whole earth. Don't know that there's even 2,000. I don't know. It's getting uglier and uglier here. There's a lot of blood spilling going on. A lot of deception and lies going on. Of course, the carnal man's, what are you talking about? What blood? It's not for them. I'm talking about real things that I wouldn't see apart from the Father giving me to see it at all. Zero. Never see anything. It's getting uglier the more I see. It's like, why do you have to show me? Why do you have to show me that's their intention all this time? That means it's not real at all. I mean 0% real. That means the love and care is zero. It's gone. It's void if they're doing this. He says, yes, that's what I've been saying. You could read it all over my word. I'll show you. So then he shows me the simple scriptures, and they're like, boom, boom, boom. It's always been there. The wicked don't do any good. The wicked have no understanding. Zero. All over his word. They're void. Just like Genesis. In the beginning, it was void, chaos, darkness. There is no light, there's no order, zero, literally zero. And then the Creator puts law and order into the heart of a person, man or woman. And so then now it's becoming good because it's the Father's good, it's the Father's works, the Father's laws it's able to keep. And this is light instead of chaos, void, and darkness in the bottomless pit, constantly sinking and swimming. Oh, it's the wicked in the pit. I guess this is how it has. No, I don't guess. I know it's how it has to be. Father created evil. He created the serpent evil so that we learn how to hate evil and go through this thing, to appreciate everything that's good, to see how true he is, how perfect he is. That's what he's showing me. Scary perfect. Scary perfect. All that's ever happening is just agreeing with him more and more. You're right. You're right. You're right. That's all. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm blind. I'm blind. I'm blind. You're right again. You're right again. You're right again. Never wrong. Never wrong. Never wrong. The heart that's wicked, not the clothes. All over his word about the heart that's wicked. It's always been about the heart. The world's so blind and prideful, there wasn't even one spiritual man until Messiah. The whole world was wicked continually. Not a single good person in the world. From the beginning of creation till Messiah. Not one man did good works in their heart. Not even one. And that always was true, always is true, always will be true. It's still true in that he is good, not even as righteous, apart from himself. And if someone is righteous, it's because it's not from self. It's the Father's mercy and works. So the scripture's always true. But there wasn't even one righteous at all. Where the old covenant saints could be called righteous because of the teaching. But they were carnal saints. Carnal is wicked. Carnal is enemies of the Creator. Natural man does not receive the things of the Spirit. So how did the old covenant saints receive anything that's real if they're natural? Circumcise the flesh. It's all it's capable of. It looks like something. It's about the heart. Got to get the heart keeping the law, and then it'll be looking good for the right reason and right real intention. To the carnal, prideful man, pride is not evil. Selfish is not evil. If something is done out of a selfish intention, it's evil. There's no good in it. Even if it's a good work, quotation mark, all the good they do, religious leaders, those that follow them, whole world, speaking about specifically the Pharisees there, Messiah's words, all, yes, all, every drop, the good they do is only to be seen by men. Meaning, going deeper into it, the intention for doing these so-called good, carnal good things to be seen, because it has to be carnal to be literally seen by men. Doesn't know what good actually is. So it thinks if it does a lot of good to be seen by men, it can be good. That's why it does what it does. For real, in the heart, it only does carnal good to be seen as good, to try to prove self as good, because it's wicked. That's why it does it. That's why. That's why every preacher is screaming from the pulpit. A bunch of blasphemy. That's why harlot, blasphemy on her name. Revelation everywhere. They blaspheme his name. The Gentiles blaspheme his name. It's got intentions and desires. It's got motives. Anything but actually art and true good works. It's doing. That's what they're doing up there. And if they were to be exposed, everyone would see the wrath that comes out of them. They can't even hide because it's true. Because they've been spotted for being a beast in the night, and they thought no one could see them. They live as if they believe and think no one can see him. The works already prove that's what they believe and think. It's already doing that in its mind because it's always evil. It doesn't think that's evil. It's just obeying Satan. That's all. Just obey the devil. Go and murder that person. Yes, sir. Go and murder this person. It's Messiah's people. Yes, I will, Father. Pray to the Lord my God. Father is. So they can say Father and God while having nothing to do with the Creator, but sounding right. But it's actually the devil. And they pray for carnal good. They don't pray for spiritual blessings or anything to see, for good works, to do His will, the Father's will. No, they want to do the will of their father, the devil. When they talk about anything to do with the will, they're doing it. They care about the sheep at all. Messiah is not a liar, and I dare someone to say that they care 5%, that that's what Messiah said, that that's what scriptures teach. A hireling cares not. It means zero. There is no 50 mixing 50-50 with our Father, our Creator. And also Messiah, because he is the first to be in the image, conformed to the image, express image of the Father. It's either all or nothing. It cares not at all, for real, in the heart, not how it acts, for the sheep. It's a hireling. It's hired by the devil to destroy them, and it enjoys it like a lion enjoys eating its meal. Go on YouTube and watch a lion eat. It's quite calm. That's what I see in real life. It's scary. It loves doing evil. It smirks and smiles. It can't sleep until it does evil. Anyone that's carnal, has the devil for a father, can't sleep until they do evil. No, they can't. What evil? I didn't do any evil. I did good works today, says the Pharisee. I'm not talking about what looks good carnally. It does evil in the heart. That's how it sleeps every night. Tormented day and night by the presence of the Lamb. Absolute, utter torment, real spiritual torment inside. So how could it do good when it's tormented by everything that is life and good, by the presence of the Lamb? It can't do good. It's tormented. No one does what torments them on this. They stay away and try to cover it. Sure enough, Adam is tormented in the presence of the Father. Yes, he is. That's why he runs to the trees to try to hide like a little kid. But it's the evil that we're supposed to learn to hate. This is evil. It's monstrous. It's sick. The actual evil is evil. And there's nothing more evil than being actually evil, but looking like you're good. That is evil, even more evil. Because it's a stronger deception. It's deceiving people, thinking it's actually good. It goes out of its way to look good because it's evil. The Father is what he is. He's not hiding anything. If he's angry, he's angry. If he's not, he's not. If he's rejoicing, he's rejoicing. There's no hiding. There's no masquerading. That is evil. He is what he is. Too bad if the creation doesn't like him, hates him. They'll have to get spanked real hard in Gehenna fire. They're already getting spanked hard. They just keep on doing evil. They're already getting sent plagues. That's what he's teaching in his word. This is what happens to darkness, all the world, Egypt. Sinners against the people, his people. They get plagued hard, and they keep doing evil. What else would prove that someone loves evil when they get plagued that hard and they still want to do evil? You know? The plagues don't even exist to Pharaoh. It's as if it just forgets. It's gone. What plague? Here comes the fifth one. What plague? Here comes the sixth. Here comes the seventh. Oh, and after all that plagues, man, hurting them. Run for them. How could I let the people go? I can't believe I let them go. So what will the Creator do? he'll he'll get that to happen to enemies where it's like it seems like they're in your favor for a second. They'll regret it shortly after. It's a promise. Father blinded them so that you could pass right through, tricked them because they trick people. And then they'll regret it. They hate it. I'm not supposed to do good. I can't believe I did good and let them go. That's what happens every time in the heart. That's how much it's against good. That it's repenting for doing good. Scary, man. Scary how desperately wicked the heart is. And I don't speak as if I don't know that it's like this is everyone. I mean, how easy it is to see what's right and to see what's good. We could then see what we've done. Yeah, we did those things. Be tempted still. Repenting for doing a good thing. I mean, that is some serious evil. That is serious evil. No wonder he needs to destroy everyone. But whoever holds on to their lion soul, he's going to keep destroying that lion, and it's going to still keep doing evil. It repents not. And he destroys it even more, and all the way until their final destruction. Pharaoh and the Egyptians utterly destroyed. That's the end of all mankind, utter destruction. Physically and spiritually, but especially spiritually, the carnal man within. It's a spell out there. People are doing for like fun, for hiding, for feel good. It's a bunch of nonsense when you see comments going, Jesus this, Jesus that. They're devils. And they will hate you for giving truth. That's why the apostle said, what have I become, an enemy for telling you the truth? Yeah, they hate truth. Anybody that is a devil hates truth, so that they must be enemies then when truth is given. The world does not know him. How come they don't believe that? It's some kind of fairy tale Mickey Mouse spell going on in the church world. Plagues, spells, confusion, blinding. How come they don't see what that means? Cannot know his people. It doesn't know dark light. It comprehends it not. And they're supposed to be what? Rich and popular and convert the whole world? It's not happening. Sounding the trumpet, sounding the alarm. No one will know when the gospel was preached to all nations. They never did. Save those that know the Father. That's it. The world won't have a clue because it never did. They speak freely as if that's already true, as if the opposite thing, the evil thing, the lie, they already speak as if that's true. It's already in their heart. What do you mean? The word says, go out and do this, carnal. No clue what that means. It's not for them. It's for those that know the Father and Messiah, and they're told personally what to do and what that means for them. How come they're blind about, I pray not for the world, but only those that the Father gives me? How come they're acting already and works with their heart that that's false and a lie already, that's already true, a lie? Everyone's got to believe or they're going to hell. Everyone's got the free gift already on them equally right now. They have to choose, and that's what we're doing. We're doing good works. We're saving people. Did you forget he prays not for the world? Because there's many that will not believe because the Father doesn't give it yet for them to believe. Therefore, they will not believe no matter what, whoever these are. Why are they acting as if that's already, and their works proving that's already, that a lie is true? How come they're just naturally going against what truth is? And their works prove it. Their religion proves it constantly. It's scary what they're doing. Wake up, sleepers. This is some massive confusion and deception. It's not just doctrine. They're doing evil work and everything backwards in the harlot. Not just doctrine, them to see this thing. Father has to give it, though, that no one will see it otherwise. Try to paint a picture for a carnal man that doesn't believe. Why? Why? I mean, this is so massive. Why would someone get a little angry that there's this much evil going on? Pretend, carnal people, pretend that you found out literally everything is a lie, all of it, everything. And there's very few, and they're spread out all over the place, that are your brothers, and the rest are all enemies, and they do wicked continually. Pretend in the carnal mind that that's true. What would their reaction be? What would they do? Would they not marvel and wonder that everyone's marveling and wondering after the beast? Of course they would, naturally, if they pretended that was true. Hypocrites. But they can't believe or see that because it would expose themselves, and that's the last thing that can be true, is that self is a devil and got exposed and spotted. Can't be true, so therefore that truth must not be true, because then it would expose me. Too bad, it's already true. Whether this world sees it, it doesn't. Never sees it. It just doesn't see. It doesn't agree. It doesn't see. It hates the Creator. He put the enmity there right in the beginning in Genesis. Father put the enmity between the devil and the woman, Israel, his people, the two things. The enmity's real all the way to the end. The spiritual in the womb is fighting against the carnal. Abraham, natural born, man's so-called will, his ability. And then the miracle, the spiritual man, the two things only, that knows the Father, is born by the will of the Creator and has nothing to do with man or woman, mankind. Zero. Why is religion already doing with works as if the opposite thing is true? It already believes the opposite thing. It's desperately wicked, deceived. It already has the opposite thing in the heart. It doesn't even have to think about it. All it does is everything that's backwards all day long. It believes lies, all of it, everything. Every finest detail, that's right down to the grain of sand. Not one is missing. All the grain in the whole world of sand in all the world, not even one grain, is not what the Father says it is. All of it is. And then they look, why does their works do the opposite of truth? They look for people to confirm anything that's true. They desperately seek to see that others believe what they believe. And when they see that, it's confirmed. The absolute opposite is truth. It has nothing to do with many and numbers and commended by men. Why are they already doing works with their heart to be commended by men? Because they're desperate hearts, desperately wicked, continually doing evil. It hasn't done a good thing yet. Father, going to keep proving it all day long. Anything, name anything. It hasn't done one good thing with good intentions yet. It doesn't have a heart. It's a stone. Everything is backwards. All teaching and understanding is backwards, and all the works match those teachings are backwards. That's all. No big deal. No big deal. It's just a doctrine. It's just some belief. Just our opinions, just your opinion. Church is for the sick. Yeah, right. That's what my Father says. It's a cage for every hated bird and foul spirit. Diseases and plagues are in there. You're right. Church is for the sick, carnal. You said it right. They're so blind that they actually speak truth without realizing they did. Church is for the sick and the poor. Right. Spiritually sick and poor. But most of the time, physically, carnally rich. Because right before the slaughter, when the towers fall, everyone is fat and filled up. Not my words. They could read it. He comes after them when they're fat, just like a slaughtered calf is fattened. Got too much. You had more than you needed. You forgot me. You don't know me, he says. Slaughter's coming. Everyone's fat, spiritually. And this country's the Queen of Babylon. Look at it. It's time for famine. It's time for sword. It's gotten too fat. Too many sins up in the heavens reaching him. They won't believe it when it's coming. Their house will be burning down. They'll be robbed, shot with shotguns, and they still won't believe in tribulation, that their churches are going to be destroyed utterly. They'll be waiting for the rapture that isn't coming. Because why? Their heart is already bent on destruction, hating anything to do with tribulation, let alone spiritual tribulation. It's against the literal tribulation, let alone Messiah saying it's required. Look at his life. That's all that ever is going to happen is a tribulation. It is through much tribulation we enter the kingdom of heaven. So what do they have for doctrine? Already doing the backwards thing in the heart? No tribulation, raptured from tribulation, running from the Creator. And because they do that, they're spiritually destroyed. They don't have faith. They don't have hope. They're in darkness, literally, spiritually. What they say they ran from, they actually receive. They say, you want peace? And we found peace in this church building. Because they do that, he gives them no peace. I swear they shall not enter my rest. Talking about all of them, everyone. What do they think that's for? Everyone else, someone else. It's not for themselves. Blind. Genesis to Revelation, it's about the harlot and the beast. And the harlot are the many called that don't have anything to do with him, that hate the prophets, that hate the servants. They read about themselves utterly and perfectly every Sunday without even having a clue. They read about themselves continually. Even smile when the prophet gives them smooth words and a delusion and a lie, a spiritual lie in the heart. Already believes, it's smiling because that secret leaven's getting inside, and they quite like being in a cage and a slave to sin. They saw how evil it is, they wouldn't like it. Must still love evil. No tricks. We know the devil's devices. They're tricks. The whole thing's a trick. The whole world got tricked. All it does is trick people, so the Father tricked them all. They're literally all deceived, have no clue, live the whole life of deception with no reality at all. Their next waking moment is utter terror and utter destruction, utter fear, utter shame. Looking forward to the day. That's how shocked everyone will be. They're going to fear him the proper way. They're going to fear him the proper way. Coming for those that don't him now. It's only the beginning of knowledge, wisdom, understanding, like we read. It's only the beginning. No fear, proper fear, zero knowledge, zero understanding, zero good works. Yeah, something to be feared. They're not seeing who they are. You know, the clay, the created, not the creator. They're a creator in their heart. I like it every day. Sent you an order, okay. All right, looks like that's it. Seems like to some degree, said everything that could be said. I'm not saying that's literally true, but somewhere there's a teaching, somewhere there's some kind of understanding he's given me to give. We're supposed to see evidence and works of everyone hating his truth and running away. That's how we know we're with him, you know. Not that alone, but the Spirit says to our spirit, you are a son. That's the real reason, is because he tells his people, not because by itself this other thing that everyone's running away. But yeah, that's further proof. That's what's required. That's what needs to happen. Running away from truth and good, because it's a child's cowardly fear runs away from anything real. How many people are there? Is there anyone that knows the Father out in this world? Is there anyone that's not an enemy of the Creator? Just a few. They're scattered. They're scattered throughout the nations, and the world will not know when the real ecclesia in heaven is ready. They won't know. They hate them. They don't see them. Just like they didn't see Moses' body. They don't see the body of Messiah. The world, the devils, like we read. The devil went to go and look, and it couldn't find the Moses, because what the Father hides cannot be found. Little kids trying to hide what the Father hid. They can't find Moses' body because the Father hid it for the purpose of being hidden and not found by the world. So Messiah's body, his people, are hidden. They're not believed on. They're not seen spiritually. They're to be seen as enemies and wicked. That's how it isn't see. It can walk right by someone, and that person will never believe or perceive that that's an actual believer in their heart with spiritual eyes, because it's blind. It will only attack because it's an enemy. Because people are enemies of this world. It's the only thing that can happen. And the body is hidden, cannot be seen spiritually by the world, anyone that doesn't know him. Tell me, church world harlot, how in the world are you going to save the whole world and everyone's going to know? And everyone's going to hear about the gospel and believe all at the same time, not in due time, in its order, everyone in its order throughout the ages. They're already with their heart living and working the exact opposite of what's true. That Messiah's body is seen by all, seen by the worlds, their buildings, their church systems, the people. That's them. Those are those Messiah believers, Jesus Christ, you know. There they are. No understanding at all. These people are hidden. The only thing that the carnal man can do, no choice, no free will. If they're carnal, they will say Messiah's people are an enemy, period, and that they're wicked, and not believe or see the believers. It's the only thing that happens, telling the truth. If one's carnal and doesn't have the true Father, the Creator, and the true Messiah, the only thing in someone's heart is that they're wicked. They won't ever think or believe or accept they're believers. Never. It can't happen as long as they're carnal. That's being hidden. The devils, anyone that's a devil, as the devil as the Father, all the devils running around looking for the body of Messiah, they can't see that. He's coming like a thief. He already did spiritually every day to the enemy, but he's coming like a thief. The world won't know it. The world won't perceive it. Just like we read, the flood comes suddenly. Boom, no expectation. It's just boom, it's over. Boom, Judgment Day. Yeah, Judgment Day. Cute words, gets goosebumps. Watch the Terminator and Judgment Day. It can say those words when it believes everything that's a lie. Talk about actual judgment and truth. All those people that like those phrases, run. Murder it. You're going into Judgment Day, sitting on the couch, watching that, liking that phrase. You yourself are before the Father and Messiah, being judged now and going into judgment. Oh, now all of a sudden wrath comes in. Oh, no, not me, not me, not me. Google on you, or type on YouTube, best hell sermon, most powerful hell sermon. There's an old guy Watch the desperate, just even openly, just so obvious, desperately wicked. Oh, I'm not going there. Oh, no, I'm not going there. Jesus spoke about hell, and there's fire. That's what he does with his voice. He's excited about this fire and torture of all eternity. Oh, but I'm not going there. Utterly blind, doesn't know what the fire is, doesn't know what his judgment is, doesn't see anything. You know, evil, man. That's the devil right there. Watch the devil get angry about torturing people for all eternity instead of being angry at evil. He loves evil. He's happy about evil. He's trying to convince himself because the Father's judgment's getting harder and harder on the old man and older people. So they have less and less. They're more void, so they have to get angry and try to, yes, there is a hell just because I said so. You know, it has to convince itself because it has nothing. It doesn't have any faith or belief. It's just a prideful monster trying to convince itself and other desperately wicked, deceiving people. All it is, all everyone is first. Okay, that's it. Oh man, it's so ugly what they're doing. This whole world, you know, even coming in his name, do this, do all of that's good when it's done with the heart, but when it's done evilly with no heart, it's nasty. You know, I love you. I love you. Praise, you know, his name. Bless you. All this is just a bunch of fog and delusion. None of it's real. Just enjoying its cover that it's doing. Nothing real. They read the letters that kill, thinking they're doing that, and it has nothing to do with what words mean in Scripture. Nothing. All right, back to the regular scheduled devil program.